A very good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our LinkedIn live session. My name is Sakshi, and I'm a business analyst at GLIDA. We are thrilled to have you join us today for this special event where we will be taking you through the inauguration of our largest EV charging hub in Hyderabad. Before we dive in, I want to take a moment to thank you all for tuning in. Please feel free to engage with us through the comments, and we'll try to address your questions at the end of the session. Now, it is my great pleasure to introduce our speaker for today, Mr. Avdesh Kumar Jha. Renowned globally as an e-mobility luminary, Mr. Avdesh Kumar Jha is deeply committed to advancing the widespread adoption of electric vehicles in India. As the executive director of GLIDA, formerly known as Fortum Charge and Drive India, he champions the cause through strategic policy advocacy and comprehensive awareness endeavors. Through his multifaceted approach, Mr. Jha has played a pivotal role in significantly expanding the market share of next generation zero emission electric vehicles across the nation. As a people-driven leader with extensive experience of over 3 decades in energy industry, spanning across government and private sector, his continuous pursuit to advance awareness and thought leadership in electric mobility, decarbonization, and sustainable development has evolved into establishing him as one of the top voices on multiple platforms. So, without further ado, please join me in welcoming Mr. Avdesh Jha. Sir, the floor is yours.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. I remember 30th October 2016 when I, along with one of my colleagues from Finland, we landed at Delhi International Airport, and my colleague took a picture outside from the aircraft itself, and the picture was completely hazy, nothing was visible. And there we realized that there is an ample opportunity in India where we can do something about the electric mobility, which has a potential to reduce the air pollutions, particularly with the urban cities, and which is prone to have more localized pollutions. So that was the genesis for starting the electric mobility journey for GLIDA in India, and erstwhile Fortum Charge and Drive in India. Hello, I am Avdesh Jha. I am Executive Director of GLIDA, which is formerly known as Fortum Charge and Drive India Private Limited. This is majority share owned by Fortum OIJ, which is a Finnish listed company, and FinFund, which is a DFI based out of Finland. When I look back, when we started our journey in 2017 for doing a pilot project before starting on the commercial basis, in 2017, there was no major manufacturing of the chargers available in India. So we had to import the chargers, a Type 2 22 kilowatt AC chargers from Finland. And we did a couple of projects in Delhi, just to test that how the entire ecosystem works, right from the securing the locations to securing the electricity connections as well. At that point of time, the challenge was that we had installed 22 kilowatt Type 2 AC charger, whose connector was Type 2, whereas the vehicle available at that point of time was not having the Type 2 compatible connector on the vehicle side. So we had to do, as we Indians are, so we did our innovations. We found one of the manufacturer partners who made the adapter, which ultimately helped connect the vehicles as well as the charger Type 2. And it was a great success. At that point of time, I must say that a lot of curiosity arose, but we were confident that the public charging network can be set up in India with not much difficulty. So we went on setting up our first commercial charging stations in Hyderabad. And I'm very thankful to our partner, Indian Oil Corporation Limited. They were the first partner for us. And again, that day becomes very, very important. And, we become always nostalgic at GLIDA when we recall the 7th July 2018, when we demonstrated the first public charging in Hyderabad. Uh, you know, at that point of time in India, there were many people skeptical about that EV charging, a remote EV charging or a smart EV charging, how it is possible. It is, it has to be manned. Unmanned is not possible. So we had demonstrated this. So we had a charger at a locations which is 3 kilometers away from the event where we had demonstrated this one. And this was beamed live using the optical fiber at that point of time, which was witnessed by, at that point of time, the ambassador of Finland, as well as Jayesh Ranjan, who was the principal secretary at that point of time. And from that day and today, when we have inaugurated 102 charging points hub, again in Hyderabad, we feel that our journey has been very, very enriching. During the course of the journey, we have learned a lot of things. Obviously, we have braved a lot of challenges as well. And we have encountered new challenges. We overcome the old challenges, but then we came with the new challenges as well. But what we learned that we have to continue to be on the path to ride over these challenges and create an infrastructure which can enhance the customer's experience, which can instill the confidence in EV user for going and buying and driving electric vehicle at a mass scale. Now, coming back to the composition of the charging hubs, which we have inaugurated yesterday at Hyderabad. So this has 102 charging points. The highlight of this hub is that we have installed high power chargers of 200 kilowatt with the 6 satellite connectors or dispensers. And each satellite dispenser is capable of dispensing 25 kilowatt to 160 kilowatt capacity at any point of time. So what it can do, it can essentially cater to all kinds of cars and the buses and the LCVs, be it Nexon, be it MGZS, be it BMW, be it BYD, any car on the CCS prototype or protocol, this can be charged on this particular hub. Even the buses can be charged because it can dispense 160 kilowatts, so buses can also be charged on this hub. Besides these high power chargers, we also have 56 60 kilowatt chargers, dual gun chargers, charging points. We have 16 30 kilowatt CCS dual gun charging points. We have 20 type 2 AC charging points of 7.6 kilowatt and 4 DC001. So now you can understand that it has whole gamut of vehicles can be covered in these charging stations. This is located near to airport. It's hardly 2.5 kilometers just behind Novotel Hotel in Hyderabad Airport. And this is spread over almost an acre of the land. And this is a public charging hub. This can be accessed by any EV user. They have a 24/7 non-discretionary access. Be it the non-fleet like you and I, or be it the fleet, they can access these locations. As far as charging is concerned, you can use the mobile application of GLIDA. You can use the mobile application of Static, who is our roaming partner. You can use RFID, which is issued by us. Or what we have also done, one of the, I would say, the most fundamental change in the ecosystem is that we have enabled EV user that without downloading the applications of any particular CPO or even the EMP provider, you can just scan the QR code displayed on the charger. You make the payment and you just do the charging. You don't have to download, you don't have to pre-register for making the chargings at our charging stations. Any of the network, you can do that one. Now, so obviously, yesterday we invited Mr. Jayesh Ranjan to be the chief guest, and he had unveiled the charging stations in Hyderabad. And incidentally, he also used to be the chief guest when we had inaugurated our first charging stations in Hyderabad. So practically, it was a homecoming for both of us. Now, in this process of the GLIDA journey during the last 6 years, we have achieved a lot of first things in India, but we have also focused more on the innovations, more on the new technology, so that we become future proof, and we also set a trend in the market so that the Indian ecosystems adopt those new technology and create a localized version of that technology which can be useful and the future proof. So we started with creating a first public charging network of CCS of 50 kilowatt in the partnership with MG. So at the 5 dealership location of MG, we had set up 10 charging points. And at that point of time, again, the CCS charger was not being manufactured extensively in India. So we had imported from Australia, Tritium, which is one of the, again, a good chargers, globally acclaimed chargers. Then on the way, we introduced a RuPay-based prepaid card. So this prepaid card enabled an EV user not to go for any closed loop wallet, and the money doesn't get blocked. So in this RuPay card, you can put in your money, and you can use this RuPay card anywhere other than our charging stations. You can use to any other charging stations, as well as you can pay your Netflix, Amazon, hotel bills, electricity bills. You can use this prepaid card. Then we introduced this charge through, as I explained, that based on the QR code, you can scan the QR code and make this. So this is a product we called it the charge through. And now I would like you to show a glimpse of the inauguration which we did yesterday. So just be with us for going through this video, and you'll have a good understanding of that, what kind of facilities we have created. Please show the video.
GLIDA will continue to bet big on Hyderabad and continue to develop more such public facilities here. RTS congratulations once again to the entire team of GLIDA.
Hyderabad, you have been an incredible host to our business, providing us with the perfect blend of talent, support, and opportunity.
So this is, to my best of knowledge, now people have started adopting it, but this is again the first time we started doing it. So our motto is basically to enhance the customer's experience at the charging stations.
His inception only policy was driven by government and now progressing towards harnessing the changing of the sustainability goals towards e-mobility.
We've seen the infrastructure and it looks amazing. The technology feels amazing, and I look forward to seeing more and more of my cars charging there. So thank you so much for making that happen, and thank you so much to GLIDA and the entire team for trusting Hyderabad with such a massive infrastructure, and we look forward to more such hubs across the city.
This recent inauguration that has happened in Shamshabad, bigger charging station. So this has been a dream to achieve this.
Yeah, so you have a glimpse of, I wish you would all have been there. Yesterday it was a mesmerizing, I would say, moments. It was very, very electrifying. And for me particularly, it's very fulfilling, very satisfying, starting in Hyderabad from DC001, one charging stations, to now coming to 102 charging points hub. So we are operating 49 locations in Hyderabad, and we have total 187 charging points across city of Hyderabad. On pan-India basis, we are operating in 30 cities, in 16 states, and along the 16 highways as well. And as we speak, we have close to around 750 charging points commissioned. And by 2030, we are planning to have 30% market share, which we believe that we should be achieving it through 30,000 plus charging points. And out of these 30,000 charging points, we intend to install more and more high power chargers, 120 kilowatt plus, because more and more vehicles are coming on the electric cars, which has a higher battery capacity, and it requires more power because to reduce the time of charging. So the country needs high power chargers, and that's what our motto is, that we should go and set up more and more high power chargers. But at the same time, we are aware of the fact that there would be a large number of vehicles which still have 30, 40 kilowatt hour battery, which will require charging at the max 1C. And for that, the 60 kilowatt chargers would still be the required. So we'll have a combination of 60 kilowatt and 120 kilowatt plus high power chargers. In terms of number of cities, right now we are focusing primarily on the 52 million plus cities and million plus populations. That's based on 2011 populations. But then our objective is to offer these services once across the country in next 7 to 8 years. And we want to be your preferred charging partner. And we assure you that we would be continue to offering innovative solutions and also helping you to drive your electric vehicle as smoothly, as seamlessly, and without worrying about where do I find the chargers. Wherever you will go, our objective is to have charging stations there so that we capture your attention there, and in the process, we are helping you to drive smoothly. Thank you. And I'll be happy to have any questions if you have.
Thank you for this enlightening session, sir. So I had a question for you. So we see this EV revolution coming, but do India have sufficient infrastructure to support this in terms of transmission and electricity generation?
That's a good question. I would say in terms of grid capacity, India has, because as per the one estimates, even if 30% of the total car goes to electric by 2030, in terms of generations, we are not likely to take more than 10% of the total generation, which we will have by that time. So electricity infrastructure in terms of capacity, in terms of transmission line is not an issue. Yes, there could be certain challenges along the highways where currently the electricity is supplied through the rural feeders and where 24/7 electricity is not available. But the government is working on that directions also, because the electrification of the transport is one of the priority for the government. And they have been engaged with their stakeholders, and we have been given these inputs through the different forums and different channels that the strengthening of the electrical infrastructure, particularly the distribution network for 24/7 supply to the rural side or along the highways, that is something which the government is already working on. So when we're talking about 2030, I am confident that we will have all the challenges sorted out by that time.
So adding to this question, are we using renewable or non-renewable sources of electricity when we are powering our EV vehicles through our chargers?
So currently, we are drawing the power from the grid. So obviously the grid has mix of the fossil fuel as well as the non-fossil fuel energy, and that's a reality. And currently it is dominated by the fossil fuels. So that's a reality. But as far as sourcing of energy is concerned, we have already started taking the steps as a CPO, as a charge point operator, So we have started with Telangana. So where, except for this hub, which we have just inaugurated now, most of our 48 locations are now powered by the renewable energy. So distribution company or the regulator has an scheme where you can pay an extra fee and you can get a renewable energy certified source. So we have started that process, and we will be continuing that process across all distribution companies, across all distribution geography, wherever this is valid.
Noted, sir. So there was another question by one of the viewers. So Sohan Nayak asks, so what are the preferred places to set up your future charging stations? So is there a strategy that we have in place for selecting our locations and setting up our future charging stations?
Yeah, so obviously, since charging takes time, it's unlike gasoline. So it will take time. Even if we have the high power chargers, vehicle would require 15 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour for charging. So obviously, in order to stop for 15, half an hour, you need a place where you can spend those time meaningfully. So logically, the place of interest for the end consumer, like the shopping malls, the offices, the restaurants, the hotels, along the highways if we travel, the dhabas, the motels, these are the places which becomes a place of interest for the end consumer. And we have the partnership, like we have a partnership with the DLF, Nexus, and different malls across different cities. So where there we are setting up the large charging hubs. We are also setting up the chargers along the highways in the food courts, and we are also coming up our own highway charging courtyard. So there, along with the charging stations, there would be the food courts developed as well. So we will be taking care of those locations also. So these are our future plans for making the charging available at those locations where customer have a general interest to stay there and spend time.
Great, sir. So I think that's it for the questions as of now. And we can conclude this session now. So I'll just
Thank you. Thank you to
thank you
all
so much.
viewers. Yeah.
Thank
Please
you
go
to
ahead.
all the viewers for your insights. And thank you so much for your insights, sir. What an incredible session we have had today. I want to take a moment to thank each and everybody who joined this session and being a part of this amazing community. A huge thank you to our speaker, Mr. Avdesh Kumar Jha, for taking us through GLIDA journey and the hub inauguration. Before we wrap up, I'd like to remind everyone to stay connected. Make sure to follow GLIDA page on LinkedIn, Instagram, and Twitter to keep the conversation going and be a part of the EV revolution in India. Feel free to reach out, share your thoughts, and continue to engage with us. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.